Do you think they called a football based off the adventures of Pluto Nash starring Eddie Murphy?
Welcome back to the Incredibles podcast. I'm Roman.
And I'm Aiden.
We're going to talk about some random crap.
Oh, yeah.
Recently, there was the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark
Drama.
I will say, only, and this is no respect. I'm not a baseball guy. I'm not a basketball guy.
Baseball.
I'm a baseball guy. I'm not a basketball guy. I like watch and I listen, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I truly believe, and this is no respect towards anybody, Clayton Clark is the only reason why WNBA is becoming as big as it is.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And it's just, I'm not trying to say WNBA, but women's basketball sucks. I'm just saying it was not as popular. And you get a actually fantastic athlete, you're gonna break streams.
Oh,
It's like
definitely.
It's like when Deion Sanders went to baseball. Or it's like there's
Played for Cincy.
Or just you're like, what? It's like it's just going somewhere. It's not due respect. But anyway, I just think it's so funny how now these two people.
Hey, it's bringing popularity back to the WNBA.
No, I know, but it's just I think it's funny where one person who's how two people are going to be like these two creative athletes happen to be doing it at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Like even they're the same draft year. Blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
Finals too. I think it was what Iowa and South Cal.
I don't remember.
South Carolina. I think it was South Carolina.
I don't remember.
I can't remember because I know it's a little bit different. But what a game! I mean, I think Iowa lost too. Yeah. Iowa lost because I mean that Carolina team was just amazing, but Caitlin Clark was the best player. It was the whole thing was Caitlin Clark fouled or did whatever Angel and she flopped over and all that. And
yeah,
it was a good move. And
then Angel Reese's comment saying, it's not just her playing, it's me too, because Caitlin Clark was getting popularity.
It's just me. I was like, really? Said you were the only reason why. Do you want to go back to the college basketball?
Dude, you've already stated two different sports.
I keep saying baseball. I like baseball. No, do you want to go back to when was that? July of last year, where Iowa was climbing everything. But my phone.
Oh, your phone.
But no, like Caitlin Clark was the reason when she was on Iowa.
Yeah,
and there's a reason why she went #1 overall.
Oh yeah,
she's the reason. That's not to say she's not a good basketball player, but Caitlin Clark's that much better. It's like saying, it's like. I'm trying to think of like any other sport where someone was just that much better and the other person's like, yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah,
but they're not the reason why that sport's that popular.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember. But.
Well, on this topic of basketball, let's move into the NBA. I was told NBA is just like the WNBA, but with dudes.
With dudes, okay. Yeah.
With just dudes.
Makes sense.
And the GOAT, LeBron James. Anyway,
another.
NBA finals are going crazy right now. We just found out the Cavs are literally frauds. Such a great season.
What's new?
And then they lost, I think, 4-1 against
4-1?
the Knicks in the semifinals.
That Family Guy bit where he's like, "Oh, suicide! What'd you bet on the Knicks?"
Yeah,
I know the Knicks.
And the Knicks are now on the
Final Four.
Final Four. I think it's Knicks and
Pacers now.
No. It's I think it is.
Pacers won 3. I was gonna bring it up, but Pacers won the last 3 games of the final, and it was 3-1. So I think it's either tonight or it already finished.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who else is in there? I think it's
Wolves and there's another team. It's Knicks, Pacers, Wolves, and Oklahoma.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I know, it's insane.
I think it's completely different from last year's Final Four.
Oh yeah, last year's was the team that won last year was Celtics.
Yeah, but it was Celtics.
I think it was
Lakers.
Nuggets, Celtics. No, it's not Lakers.
Who was the final then? It was Celtics and. Who was the final? I thought it was.
It was someone who wanted to like. It was between two people where I was like.
Famous. Yeah, it was like, Channing. Or
no, that's
OKC. It's Tatum versus
Tatum versus someone else, but I felt bad for. It wasn't the Suns. Actually, you know what?
I swore I thought it was Lakers.
It was not the Lakers.
Or somebody. I knew it was a big team too, but they got their butts whooped.
Yeah.
I think what was it?
It was Celtics and.
It was like a 4-1.
Oh yeah, it was
4-1 game. Like they won. I think they lost the like second last. Before then, Celtics just came in and whooped. Who was it?
Oh, it was Mavericks and Celtics.
Mavericks.
Because I was like, oh yeah, Luka.
I knew it. Yeah, like Luka. I figure that's why I thought. That's why I thought Lakers were going to be in this final with Bronny, and Luka.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But you know,
yeah.
I just hope LeBron just stays one more year. Just one more year. I don't know. I grew up a LeBron fan. Like LeBron's like my generation.
I was going to tell you that when you said the Cavaliers are frauds, I said yeah. Ever since LeBron left, they've been frauds.
Yeah. Well, like I mean, it's like more noticeable this year because like they had a great season with.
They had a good roster.
Shoot, I forget all the people on that team. Donovan Mitchell. Like Donovan Mitchell being their star player, like they did great. They were like
they were
like 78-5.
No, they were getting good high scoring games.
But then they get to they swept the first team in the start of the finals, and then they got swept horribly.
Yeah, that's kind of like a Lions.
So did the Celtics. No, not the Celtics. So did it. No, it was the Celtics. They got swept by the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah.
And then Warriors got knocked out by the Wolves, and then Nuggets got knocked out by
the final.
OKC.
Yeah. Man.
But yeah.
That's crazy. No, yeah. So I saw that it was the last three games or where the Pacers are now in the Final Four.
Yeah.
It was games or players or teams that were I think it was the last 15 or 50 seconds that were down by 7 points.
Yeah.
It was like, you don't know the ratio?
What?
It was 4 to 1,500, something like that. And those 4 games were the Pacers the last 3 days.
Dang.
They were down by 7 points in the last 15 to 50 seconds.
That's insane.
And they won all those games. I think 2 into overtime or something. Well, I know one of them in overtime.
Well, yeah, I watched the one overtime game.
The guy shot it at like 2 seconds and it bounced up
and
went in. And that was nuts.
And everybody thought it was a 3, but he was on the line. Or that's.
It was.
I don't even know.
Well, they still won.
They still won. Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
But it was like neck and neck the whole entire time and overtime.
That's a good game. What was that like? That was Lakers and. This year, who was it? It was Lakers and shoot.
Oh, I know. Like
was it Lakers and Pacers or it was somebody Lakers and somebody Word.
Oh, it was Rockets.
Yeah.
Josh Giddey hit the half court.
Oh my gosh, it was like
I hate that man.
I watched that. Yeah, like they put memes together where it's like, guess who? And then it was the Rockets like, no, it's my turn.
Yep.
It's just like this. Like they. Back and forth, and then I think he shot a half-court shot.
It was a half-court shot, but I just don't like him. Also because there are many accusations against him with the children and.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Browns.
The Browns. Oh yeah.
But,
oh man.
Well, basketball is not my most favorite. It definitely gets times where you're like,
oh yeah,
that's crazy. But I think that's let's head into the segment of Rank You Very Much.
Yeah, because and it's gonna be top 5
sports teams.
Yeah,
just in general.
In general, it could be college, pro, any sport. It could even be lacrosse.
I'd say my middle school Blue Dragons.
I'll say the 2001 Creekside Middle School team.
You were one of the Indians.
Yep.
No. Oh, man. I mean, do you want to start? Because you seem very confident.
Yeah, I'll go. Well, I was confident with the top 3. I don't know about 5, but I'll start. I think number 5 is gotta go to the Reds. I'll go Reds number 5. I'm not. I used to be really big into baseball, and actually right behind Roman right now is a game used Reds baseball bat that's cracked by God knows who, but it's been in this family for a while.
Yeah, just a guy.
And we have like a whole bunch of Reds memorabilia, and I have a Reds base that was game used downstairs in my basement. But I'll go Reds because I used to be so big in baseball. I played baseball, as you can see behind you. But Reds are not my cup of tea anymore. So I'll put them 5.
I'll put 5 as well as the Reds. Not because I don't like baseball as much as you. I prefer baseball a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a Reds fan. I have been since I was younger. My dad's been since he was a child. He was spoiled by the 1975 Reds.
Oh, yeah.
The Red Machine.
Yeah.
With Pete Rose, pitcher, or Johnny Bench. It's like the best team ever in existence.
Well, I have a baseball sign by then.
Crazy. They're the best team. And they're for the first baseball team ever to exist. They called the Reds something.
Red Legs.
Something, Red Legs,
something.
Yeah. It was almost like Red Sox, but yeah.
Or,
first team ever. So, they deserve the 4 World Series.
Yeah. I have a ring right there.
90, 77, 74, something like that. I can't remember, but...
1919 was one of them.
Yeah, really early back. And like half the teams weren't even made yet. But, yeah. I'd say that. I also played baseball when I was younger. Never was because I liked baseball, but because my dad did and my grandpa did.
Oh, yeah.
And so we all just had it in the family. I was apparently really good, even when it was tee and underhand. That's how we were. I would hit them. I would hit almost home runs every hit.
Oh, yeah.
My parents were like, dude, if you played actually seriously, I would have been a pretty good athlete.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my dad, he said, he was always the guy that was the sporty guy. And
like my dad.
Yeah, like I showed you the video of him, my dad at the Reds Stadium, like 1984. My uncle almost falling off the stands.
Yeah, I think so.
Look it up, Reds fan falling, 1984. Well, on YouTube. Anyway,
it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. And he said if he didn't mess up in college or whatever, got injuries, he would be a fucking great baseball player.
Yeah.
And if you just know what you're doing, But your parents know we're recording, right?
I hope so. If you hear a lot of noises in the back, it's just my parents.
Or a cameo from your parents. That'd be fine.
That's it. They might come in and knock, or come in. I don't know. We'll see.
That'd be fine. But so what's your number 4?
Number 4, I'll go to the Cincinnati Bengals.
4, really?
Really, yeah. Because my top 3 are teams. Well, hold on.
Outside of football, or not?
Yeah, outside of football, but also outside of Ohio.
Okay.
Wait, I gotta make sure I got these right.
I only have one outside of Ohio.
I have one. Shoot, mate. Maybe I did this wrong. Wait. Okay, scratch that. I don't think... Oh, man. I wasn't prepared for this at all. Okay. Bengals not number 4.
Okay.
Number 4...
You're just looking around.
I'm just looking around my room.
You have basketball, you have football, baseball, you have, like you said, lacrosse.
Lacrosse, hockey. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll go the Cyclones.
Really? The minor league hockey team? You could have said the Stars, the Columbus, whatever they're called.
Oh, yeah, we'll go them. I don't watch them very much. But...
Over the Reds?
Okay, never mind. Reds 4. The Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah, Blue Jackets, that's right.
At 5.
Gosh.
I completely... And look, I'm going to remember the other team I was thinking about when we get to the top 3, and it's going to be like, oh, man.
Okay. My number 4 is... this is hard, because they're in Ohio, but they're not pro. But they're a college team. But it's hard because my girlfriend goes to this college, and I've been a very... I love it, but because there's certain players on my 3rd team,
yeah,
I like them a bit more. But I'm gonna have to go with the Buckeyes as number 4.
Okay.
And yes, they're rated as the number 1 most toxic fan base.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy, which I get it. And Amber's like, yeah, some of them are just crazy. I mean, we obviously hate Michigan.
Obviously.
Because I do think they're just like OSU people. They are not nice people.
No.
But whatever. Yeah, big fan of them. I wasn't really too into them. I didn't get into sports till like probably around COVID.
Yeah.
But then, or watching it, I played them prior to COVID. But I was there when it was Ohio State versus Georgia, New Year's Eve. The punter, the kicker missed the field goal.
I was in Florida.
A kicker missed the field goal at the drop, and they lost the semifinals to go to the national championship. I guarantee you we would have won.
Oh, definitely.
Because it was TUC or TCU.
TCU.
And yeah.
Because TCU beat Michigan. I was happy about that.
Yeah, but no one called it. And then they got their ass whooped by a 35-year-old college player.
Literally.
On the best team. Ooh. And then now they crushed everybody. And I think they have another shot. We'll see how quarterback is, but...
I hope he's good.
Me too, but... I mean, what was it? Chad Ryan, or whatever his name is, like 2 years ago, or that we didn't even make the Final Four. Or
I don't remember. I remember it was C.J. Stroud.
It was Stroud.
And then the guy last year, I don't know.
He was not good. It was the two guys before Will Howard, because Will Howard's actually good.
He's really good. He's on the Steelers now.
I think when he actually goes on the Steelers, he's going to compete to beat.
Yeah.
And people are like, it's like, dude, it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
And it's completely different college than it is the pros. So I give anybody anything. Yeah, he had some really good weapons, but he's on the Steelers.
I mean, he's got Jack Sawyer.
Yeah, he's got a great defense. Jack Sawyer and T.J. Watt are going to be problems.
Oh, for real.
I already know it. And then you got Cam Hayward right in the middle. So.
Oh yeah.
But no, and then when he won the championship, I think based off of who's going to be the number 1 overall pick, if they don't need a quarterback and a receiver, I think Jeremiah Smith's going to go number 1 overall.
Oh yeah.
Besides, if you want to say like the guy from, it's like Penn State's got a good quarterback. If it's besides the Saints, if it's somebody who has a decent quarterback,
yeah,
at least above I'm trying to think who's like, meh, like maybe like a Sam Darnold level.
Yeah.
Where he's fine, he's good, but they still drafted a quarterback, not around 1, but around 3. You're not going to pass on Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith's going to be the next Jamar Chase. He's a sophomore now, a true sophomore.
Yeah.
He was 19. He was 18 last year.
That's insane.
And he was the best wide receiver, arguably, in this draft. He's better than, who's the first wide receiver? I think, the guy at the Panthers from Arizona?
I think, yeah. I don't even remember.
I mean, he's wide receiver 1 over Mbuka, who's a first rounder. Jeremiah Smith is 6'4". He's Mike Evans. He's such a baby, and he's so good. But anyway, yeah. I always use I could talk about them a lot, but they're my
me too.
They're my number 4.
Number 4? Okay. My number 3 is going to go to the Bengals. Had a, little mishap. I go with the Bengals because, I mean, I swapped, I used to be a bandwagon, so, I was a fan of Tom Brady, so I love the Patriots. And then when someone beat the Patriots, I think... No. I just always liked the Patriots because Tom Brady was on it. And then when Tom Brady went to Buccaneers, I liked them. I liked the Buccaneers. But then I realized, I'm going to stick with my home team because they almost won. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stick with them. Yeah. And I support and cheer them on every time they play. I watch them when I'm at work.
Yeah, I can't lie. 2017. I'll remember back. I think I remember the 2015/2016 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Where it was the Broncos and the Panthers, the wildest one ever. I had no idea who these people were.
Oh no!
I was going to my best friend's Super Bowl party. His mom they had a pretty big house, so they just threw it every year.
Yeah.
I had no idea who Cam Newton was, and I had no idea who Peyton Manning was. Most of these people that went there rooted for Peyton Manning.
Oh, yeah.
And now looking back, I totally would have as well. I think he deserved another Super Bowl, and coming off of that 2013, the best offense ever existence.
Oh, yeah.
I totally would have as well. The only reason I was rooted for the Panthers was because I had black pants that had a slight teal line around it. That's their color. So I was like, oh, I like Panthers. I also liked a mascot over a horse.
Yeah.
But obviously, a good Super Bowl, but they lost. But I also remember I played flag football, and I was when they were having the pros as their actual teams, not a local middle school team. They used it. It was the city of Fairfield, whatever. I was in the Patriots my last years, and they were the best.
Oh yeah.
I did it in order. I started on Chargers. We did good. We went to the Turkey Bowl. We did pretty well, and then I went to the Saints, and we sucked.
Yeah.
And then we went to the Patriots, and we were the best team. I didn't do shit. I caught an interception once, which was my biggest play ever. I couldn't catch a ball. Catch a ball. I sucked. I was not athletic. I didn't have anything in me. Now I have strive for it. If I only had my abilities.
Yeah.
If I went back and practiced, then I had. Now if I don't have Crohn's or my back problem, I'm not an adult. But I work out and all that. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. I mean, I play football with my friends.
Yeah. I can throw. I can catch. I can know some routes. I'm more of a coordinator than I am a player. I watch football. I'm like, dude, guys, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I know the back, but I totally agree. I wore my New England shirt.
Yeah.
Again, that was hard because you can't hate that game was probably one of the best Super Bowls ever.
Oh yeah.
Because of the Edelman catch and all that, but man, I totally agree that Falcons should have had a fair chance. I think that 2017 Matt Ryan and Julio Jones were killer team.
Yep, and they were winning.
I mean, they 20-3, and then I was like, let's go Patriots. Not because of Tom Brady, but just because I played for them on my flag football team. And then when he went to Tampa, of course we all rooted for him just because we didn't have Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
it didn't matter. Patriots. People were like, hey, anti-Tom Brady. We were like, we don't want the Chiefs to win again, back to back. And so they were like, no. But my mom was from Florida, and my aunt's in Tampa, so I naturally also kind of went more towards the Bucs. But even now, with Baker Mayfield there, they're still my favorite NFC South team.
Nice.
But anyway, my number 3 is a football team. I think all my teams, all universities they're teams, but they're not like specific. Like my favorite is the Miami Redhawks baseball team. It's like, no, just count them in general. So like, 3 of these are football teams.
Yeah.
No, 2 of these are. Surprisingly, 2 of them are universities. One's the Reds. My number 3 is the Lions.
And I like that.
You can call me slightly bandwagon, but I haven't. I haven't done anything bad. Yeah. I'm still their fan when they messed up in the playoffs last year. Like, I wasn't around for their 0-16. I've been a fan of Megatron. I've been a fan of their organization just because I've loved Detroit. I even when they were a shitty city. Yeah. My dad went up there to see Metallica. City's great now. Good pizza.
Oh yeah.
Good people. Actually love it. I love the Lions. They are. I mean, Dave Montgomery grew up in Mount Healthy.
Yeah.
Like down the street, he did the Boy Scout. Remember, he scored that touchdown. He did the 3 fingers.
Yeah.
I love that team. I love everybody on that team. I think Jared Goff coming off of LA, doing him wrong. I think they said it was like the best trade ever.
Yeah.
Because it was Jared Goff for 3 of the next first round picks or whatever from whatever. They won a Super Bowl. They got Gibbs, Laporta, Williams, their entire weaponry, and some defense. And I think Aiden Hutchinson as well. I can't remember. It's one of the first rounders.
Yeah.
And then they got Amon-Ra. I love Amon-Ra. Even if he wasn't on there, I think his personality and I think how he plays, I love his personality. Yeah. But yeah, they're like they're our sister city or whatever. I remember when the Lions went to the playoffs and we didn't. Both years, the heavy majority of other fans outside were Bengals fans. Yeah. Because they both went through we're a cat team. We're in a city, but not where we were shitty at one point.
Yeah, and now we're.
Well, I'll get to where we are later in the segment, but then also just where we rank. I'll tell you how I think we're gonna be good. But that's my number 3.
That's your number 3. All right. Number 2. My number 2. Now it's kind of hard to choose between my last 2 teams of who's number 1 and who's number 2. But I think my number 2 has got to be the OSU Buckeyes. Yeah, I mean, we've already talked about them with your list, but I became a huge fan within the last few years. I love the Bucs so much. literally, I have a whole shelf dedicated to just a whole bunch of OSU stuff. I have, let me count these. One, two, three. I have 5 championship rings.
There's a lot.
I'll probably be getting the 3 from this year.
Yeah.
National champ rings.
Mm-hmm.
I have a poster right above my desk. I have a Brutus Buckeye metal thing right above where Roman's sitting.
A lot.
I have a diorama, panorama picture of the stadium with the marching band in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of Ohio State things. I have a CJ Stroud jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I just became a huge fan, and I'm moving into my senior year, and my college of choice that I really want to go to is OSU, and I want to march in the marching band. But like, when they won the national championship, I was sick. I was bedridden.
Ooh.
All my parents, like my dad's side of the bed, because I had the flu.
Ooh.
So like I was sitting there, and it was a national championship game against Notre Dame, and I got so happy when they won. And I think that made me feel better. Because the next day I woke up and I was like, I'm feeling better.
Feeling pretty good, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say OSU number
I
2.
think that was my favorite national championship game.
Yeah.
Not to say that it wasn't like a tight game, because it really wasn't.
No.
OSU cooked it. I like Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
I'm glad we have Al Golden. I think another thing while I'll go towards that is that. Yeah, the OSU had a pretty good defense. Their offense was the best.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They had Henderson and Judkins. They had Smith and Ibuka, and Will Howard's a pretty good quarterback. And their O-line doesn't stop. They were really great. That's why I'm like, their Notre Dame's defense is really good. And I think they were top in the country. They were top 10 or whatever. But I like that they were underdogs the entire time.
Yeah.
And they won all of it because it was all mentality.
Yeah.
And that's why I like our new coaching is because it's not about your talent. Clearly, none of them went first rounder. Nobody from Notre Dame went first round. Okay, but every single one of them's gonna have a chance to do something good, and it was always the word relentless.
Yeah.
That coach, the head coach of Notre Dame, actually worked at OSU. And I think he actually got the national championship back in like 2016.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But it was this relentless, you just kick ass no matter where you're at. But my number 2, it's like, here's my college answer.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going, yada yada, my dad, my grandpa, I gotta give it to Bearcats.
Yeah.
And not to say that it's blah, 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 but because they're mine. But no, they were good this year.
Yeah.
They were pretty good at the beginning, and then they just lost. They beat Arizona State, and Arizona State almost won versus what, Penn State? Penn State or Texas? Texas.
Yeah, Texas. It's Texas, I think.
Yeah, no. Good team. They're a solid. I think that that in next year's after they get some hook on it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in the new division, new conference. My bad, Big 12. Their first year, they sucked.
Yeah.
It's like us going to the Eagles and Cowboys. It's just like, no, we're not ready. But I think after that, we'll be really good. And, I mean, they were this close to winning a national championship versus the Gators. I think Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I go to UC. I love our stadium. I like our mascot. And our RU players, the best center ever, Jason Kelce. And then the second best tight end of all time, Travis Kelce.
Yep.
Bearcats. So we produce good people. I'm not saying we're like wide receiver EU like LSU, or we're not quarterback from Ohio State, but we're decent. We hold some people. We're close to Miami. We compete with the Miami Redhawks, and I think it's a pretty decent school. I can't argue against it. They're not great, so I'm not trying to say like I like them because they're good. I like them because they're my team.
It's your team, yeah.
Cincinnati. But what is your number 1?
My number 1, it's gotta be. Hold on, I gotta really think this one out.
Okay. I thought this would be just really obvious because.
Oh no, it's very obvious, but I gotta think of a good way to announce it.
I was like, I'll just say it right now.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
Oh man, I gotta think of 3 things that rhyme.
Oh my god. Hold on. Um, Hold on. Here. How about you say it? I'll think of the 3 words. Hold on.
All right.
Hold
I'm
on.
trying to think of ones that he already said.
All right. Hold on. I got it. Hold on. Claypool, Deadpool, Baby Jewel.
Lakers in 5. Yeah, the Lakers is my number 1 team. Like I've said before, I'm a LeBron fan, and I followed him to every team that he went. But I mean, when they won in 2016, the Cavs, I was so happy.
His second time back in Cavs.
Yeah, second time, and then with the thing going on with the bandwagon, when the Warriors won, I was a Warriors fan, but when they moved to the Lakers, I started following the Lakers, and then Kobe passed away while he was on the Lakers, and they won that championship that same year. That's when my love went for the Lakers, and even when LeBron tires, or if he moves to a new team and still plays, I will forever love the Lakers because, I mean, in my room right now, I have a Kobe Bryant
I thought you'd
poster.
be a Kobe fan before LeBron.
I was a little bit. Like, Kobe kind of inspired me to play basketball, and that's when I started playing in 3rd grade all the way up until I was in 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also like LeBron, and LeBron's like my generation. He was our player, or my player. Someone's calling me. I'm gonna have to not answer that right now. But and then like I can't ever like stop loving the Lakers because I've already spent so much money on Lakers stuff. I have like 4 Kobe jerseys, and then I have a $120 LeBron City Edition jersey from this year.
Yeah.
And then I have just hats. I'm wearing one right now. Posters, pictures. Like I just have so much Lakers stuff that I can't. He's calling me back.
Who is calling?
My peepaw.
Oh, okay. Well, he'll voicemail.
Hopefully.
But
yeah, that's my number 1 team.
Yeah, and I mean, I can't blame you because the Lakers have had since. I mean, like, I'm not really big on the history stuff. I missed somebody, but since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they've had endless talent. I mean, you can make, I think, a five member.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I mean, Shaq,
all time.
Johnson. I mean, even with when Davis left to go to, what was it, the Mavs?
Mavs. When they traded the Luka Davis trade.
Yeah, the Davis. I mean, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
I can't lie. For me, slight bandwagon, but because of what my dad told me, I've been a Celtics fan.
Yeah.
Just because of Larry Bird.
Oh, yeah.
But
I mean, I have a Larry Bird jersey card.
Funny.
Oh, yeah.
Larry Bird's like, you're going to put a white guy on me? I mean, he kicked all their asses.
Yeah.
He came after back surgery and faced 1990s Michael Jordan.
LeBron. 1990s LeBron.
Not MVP Michael Jordan. That was like 80-something when he had this crazy stats, but when they were championship-winning Bulls,
Yeah.
he broke his back injury, and he still came and won. I mean, he's in his 30-something.
Yeah.
Like, if you think what LeBron's doing is crazy, like, LeBron didn't have like these. I mean, I don't know his crazy injury history. I know he had some.
Yeah.
As any athlete does, but what I mean, when you destroy your back. But thankfully, Larry didn't really jump with his back. He shot just with his arms, and he was the best. He's the best shooter.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say about Steph Curry or whatever, and the number of like whatever. He was the best person that could read. It's like a reader. It's like saying, Michael's the best because of how dominant he was, like Brady.
Yeah.
But statistically, in how you can read a field, Drew Brees is technically the best quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, I think Larry Bird's the best reader and teammate, not overall player. Because I think, I think Jordan
definitely takes top.
Jordan's the best, dominant. I mean, not dominant is probably Shaq, but player that could overall be the best at like a lot of things is probably Jordan. But I'd say just education, how the other person's defense works. Not just you can be good on offense and but if you know how their defense works and reads it like Larry did, you're unstoppable. Yeah. But okay, you put them in your number 3, but they're not my number 1 just because I've been so invested in them. But my number 1's Bengals. Oh, and Slight bandwagon, slight not. I'm still there. So when Joe Burrow got injured, I was rooting Jake Browning on.
Oh, yeah,
I
me
was
too.
there when it was AJ Green and Andy Dalton.
Oh,
I
me
was
too.
there. I mean, my dad's been there. My dad's not a bandwagon. He never went to a lot of their games just because they're expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But
definitely.
he watched 1984 Super Bowl, the Freezer Bowl. When they both 49ers. I hate them. I hate 49ers right now.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it. I hate him right now because I signed Brock Purdy to a $53 million.
I know.
And you want to know how, and okay, blah, blah, blah. He was like, he's a good negotiator. He asked for 65 in first. He didn't expect to get it.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, why? I said, first of all, you can, this is slightly hypocritical, but the stats show more. You can, just because you go to the Super Bowl, it is not just the QB problem. This is the whole thing with, and it's kind of somewhat off topic, but I'll just go off of what people are phrasing what football is generally.
Yeah.
When a Super Bowl, everything is not about the team anymore. It's just about the quarterback.
Yeah.
So when the team went to a Super Bowl, they felt like, oh, that quarterback's so good. When they won it, oh, that quarterback's so good. Like they put Jalen Hurts in top 3. And I said, he's not top 3.
No.
He's top 10. He's a good quarterback.
He is, yeah.
And yeah, he's got weapons, and yeah, like Burrow did, but stats, they're not as good as Burrow's.
Yeah.
Look at his O-line. I don't care what anyone says. Finally, the Bengals are getting a guard, and they're doing good.
Yeah.
I'll go into it. I feel like I'm going to babble my mouth out for the next 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But you got to do your basketball.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But I'm going to go off. I'll tell you this stuff from Bengals. But if you look at how much pressure rate Burrow got, even during the Super Bowl era, like remember when Patrick Mahomes was like, it's just defense and my O-line's bad. It's like Joe Burrow was born in that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. It baffles me. And so when these quarterbacks I looked at so good, but they're not good, but they're good because based off their team.
Yeah.
That makes me upset. Because when Josh Allen won MVP, which I'm glad he got it over Lamar, because I think truly Lamar was not an MVP for his team.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a slightly almost better team, but was he a better quarterback? Technically.
Yeah.
He had better stats. He had better overall. But when it comes to how good your team is based off of that person, Josh Allen was significantly more. I think the only reason why the Bengals were at least alive in the playoff hunt was because of Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, they had Triple Crowner, Jamar Chase. But the disrespect to the Bengals after we went to the championship and lost is just straight downhill.
I know.
They're like, they got all the potential. I'm like, yeah, 2 years, and then guess what? Next year they're fine.
Yeah.
Like, just because someone doesn't make it and they have injuries, and okay, it's like it's a little bit of a fix, but I'll get into that.
Yeah.
But Jamar Chase got Triple Crown. Didn't get a single vote for Offensive Player of the Year.
I know.
Not a single one. That makes no sense. I mean, Joe Burrow got it. Fine. Derrick Henry didn't break any records. He had a phenomenal season.
Yeah.
Barkley definitely deserved it. I'm not saying he didn't, but that's crazy. MVP, Joe was not even in it.
Yeah.
That's stupid. I said he almost had 5,000 passing yards.
I know.
He was basically the Triple Crowner for quarterbacks. He had passing yards, receptions, or passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
And, everything. Not rushing because that's not a quarterback thing, but whatever. But they're my number one team because I've been so invested in it. I'm a football guy over anything, even baseball. I watch and and I love their people. I would say maybe Bengals would probably be my 3 prior to Joe Burrow. Yeah. But he's an Ohio kid. I love his character. I love Jamar Chase. I love T. Higgins. Yeah. I love Chase Brown as our running back. Semi Trey's neutral right about now just because I don't like how they're handling things and I don't like how Trey's acting. Oh yeah. Because they offered him $28 million a year, and he said no. That's insane. And I said, "You're a good pass rusher. He can't stop the run. Mm-hmm. So you're not worth that. You're not worth 32. You're not worth 35. I'm sorry. You're a good player. Yeah, you led the sacks 2 years in a row. Okay. That running back ran right by you. Good job, buddy. But anyway. So you don't know the Bengals schedule. Sorta. Okay, here's why I think.
So we're transitioning. We're done with rank you.
Yeah, we're rank. I think we got our top 5.
Yeah.
We got our top 5. I'm going into something that I think you'd be interested in, just because here's why you should be excited about the Bengals.
Okay.
The 2024 season, the 2024 season was definitely interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I think 2 teams that are going to come into contact. I think one's going to rise a lot, and one's going to drop.
Oh yeah.
I think the Chiefs are going to drop.
I really hope so.
They went 15-2. I think they're going to go either 12 wins or 11 wins.
That's what I hope.
Here's why. Not because I hate them, but because they.
Oh, I hate them.
Oh, I hate them too. But I hate them. I thought the Eagles. I thought the Super Bowl was the best.
I know
I thought it was the best with the Bengals, not just because they got in. But I was like, dude, the Eagles might win again. I don't care. But
I wanted them.
Huh?
I wanted the Eagles to win.
Oh, I did too. But I think they're gonna win.
But the blowout.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win next year's. They have They have the greatest possibility. I mean,
yeah.
Their offense alone, and they have. But I'll say the Bengals are this close to becoming a Philly.
Yeah.
Because of the defense can do that job. And I think their defense at that time was better than their offense.
Mm-hmm.
But because you couldn't, that Cooper DeJean interception was amazing.
Yeah.
Pick 6 was great. But the Chiefs were this close to losing 6 games. And they were all almost half cheated.
Yeah.
It was the Raiders won, the Chargers won was kind of silly.
I watched that Raiders one.
Which one was I was like, I was watching it at my girlfriend's, what was it, Christmas Eve?
I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was Christmas Eve. Because it was Christmas Eve, or no, Black Friday.
That's
Friday.
What it, yeah,
yeah, they always play, the Raiders always play on Black Friday. I don't know why. Because they won last year's. I was like, yes, randomly. How did he do it? Derek Carr did it. But, yeah, that whatever fumble, and they were like, it's like, no. What? There was another one that happened last year that I said, are you kidding me? Or even the Baltimore one.
Yeah.
The opener. Did not make sense. I said, really? Any other game, you'd go, nah, that's close enough. It probably scooted in. Guaranteed it probably scooted in. If you want to talk about where the toe actually, that's not, whatever. But they're that close. And then if you look at the Bengals, you want to know how many games we were one playoff?
A lot.
I'll count them. I'll count the ones that we actually, if you came out fine, I'll tell you the ones we were down by less than 7. The opener, Patriots. Yep. We came out stupid. If you come out with any other energy, you'd win that game. Yeah. Chiefs. We should have won that game. Again, down to the corner. For a Super Bowl winning team, we sure almost beat them. Yeah. So clearly, how are you going to say we're that sucky? Okay. It came down to a pass interference, which, again, if you just had a slightly better defense, and that was a rookie. Yeah. Rookie practice squad guy. I think it was like Anthony or something. Or whatever, yeah. That's fine. Our third game was Commanders. That's the one where we were like, okay, I get it. Yeah. We got our ass beat. We underestimated how good they were, and Jaden, and clearly, Jaden's showed us all what he is and how good that team can be. Yeah, fine. We beat the Panthers. Blah blah blah. We keep going. The only other game that I saw us that we actually should have, whoa, okay, was the Eagles. Yeah, they beat us. That's fine. I think we should have won the Steelers game. We got our ass beat. Yeah, we were down by two touchdowns, whatever. I think that's okay. But even then, that would have been three losses. Yeah, we beat the Steelers the second time. We almost lost, but not to say the Steelers were crappy. They were decent. Their defense was great, so if we didn't score, okay.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not saying he's bad. I think he's bad, but.
The amount of jokes he made that night.
I know.
About Russell Wilson.
Oh, I did too. I was like, unlimited diarrhea. That was funny. Subway. No, but, and then, I'm trying to figure out another one that we don't like. Or just take both Baltimore games. Take those.
Oh, yeah.
We lost one by 1. That 2-point conversion. Who knows, we might have won if we went overtime, and we'd be in the playoffs. We would have faced the Bills. We might have beaten them. It might have been us versus Ravens. We might have beaten them again. It'd be us at least to the division or championship level. Mm-hmm. That's how close we were to being actually recognized. Yeah. One play. But that was like a face mask, pass interference, both ways.
Yeah.
People don't realize we're that close. And yeah, our defense was shitty. But a defense does not need to be Pittsburgh, Philly level. They need to be, trying to find another one that's like Joe Schmo. Browns.
Yeah.
Packers level. Like, not even top 10. Just to make them stop and get a fumble. And how good our offense is. Here's our schedule. And here's what I'll tell you, my predictions of what we'll win.
All right.
Yeah. First is an away game in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, it's the Browns.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Now, 2 years ago, when we did go to them, we lost by a lot. We only got a field goal. With Al Golden and our new coordinators, I think we are going to come out smoking. I think our offense was really confused because Burrow got off his hand injury. He had his Eminem haircut. I think they were like, okay. Defense was honestly the best in that game compared to the offense. We only scored 15 points, which was pitiful for that offense versus the Patriots. But no, I'm seeing how Jamar acts. I'm seeing how Joe, they are locked in. And our coach said, or Zach Taylor was like, that's the main thing. That's our importance of why we didn't make it in, is because we started out slow. It's the big number one problem. Al Golden coming from Notre Dame, relentless. He's going to get our defense.
Yeah.
Trust me. I think we'll win that one. I think they'll be like the first time since the Super Bowl win, or Super Bowl to the Super Bowl that we won week 1. Then we come back home and face the Jaguars. I think there'll be a fight.
Yeah.
I think that when Trevor Lawrence went out, that they were still shit.
Yeah.
Last year they were the number 1 seed at 8-3, and we beat them because of Jake Browning's amazing completion stuff. Our defense at the time was not bad, but he went injured. He got injured.
Yeah.
They would have probably made the playoffs. I think they literally went 9-8 or 8-9. They lost all of it after that.
Yeah.
So, and now with Travis Hunter, and they have their two decently good edge rushers, top 10, both of them.
Yeah.
I think that they'll put up a fight. I think we'll win that. Now, these next 3 are going to be where our first losses.
Okay.
One of them will either be a loss because of how good they are when we face them home, or when we. So I'm not going to say like here. I think this one we're going to lose and this one we'll win. I'm just going to say if we win, it's by this much. If we lose, it's by this much.
Yeah.
We go to Minnesota, and this is where we face a really, really good defense that will test our offense, and that offense is really pretty good. Now there's a quarterback question. They have J.J. McCarthy. So, yeah. I mean, Minnesota. I have Michigan, and he's cocky, and he's a hardball experiment, whatever. I think that will either. I think that will either. Yeah, I think both the next 2. I think we'll either lose by a little bit.
Yeah.
Or we'll do whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I know this is kind of stupid, but we're talking about football. I just want to answer your question from the beginning. This is 2 in a row.
2 in a row.
Where I forget the question. I don't think it's from Pluto Nash. Love that movie. Yeah. But no, realistically, it's from playing ball on foot, not with your foot.
Yeah, I know.
We had this conversation before the podcast.
And we think it's very stupid.
That was stupid, because football makes sense. Oh, you use your foot. Yeah. Not a lot of sports use your foot.
You kick a ball, yeah.
No, it's fine. That's the only one that you actually majority use your foot.
Yeah.
You have baseball, basketball, bowling, tennis.
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse, table tennis. You use your feet.
Yeah, you do.
What the hell? Even basketball, which is you use your hands to pass a ball on your feet.
Yeah, you're running.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah, okay. Like the only one was water polo, that we don't use your feet.
Because you're swimming.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you do use your feet to swim.
But you're not on foot. Yeah. You're not actually on your feet, which is what the internet said. But anyway, so either it's 2-1 or 3-0.
Yeah.
I think we'll lose one of these next games. This is a hard one, because these next, the hardest scheduled ones are all away.
Yeah.
And then we go to Mile High Club after that. And it's gonna be a rough one because if like when I tell you that if we win at least with a winning record after these like first 6 games,
Yeah.
we'll be the best team because this is the hardest beginning schedule, and they ranked us middle of the pack for like difficulty of schedule.
Yeah.
This is hard. This is away.
Mm-hmm.
We actually travel the least, but this is hard. Going to Mile High Club is our farthest distance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's not easy. The players have trouble breathing sometimes because of the altitude. So Broncos, they impressed me. I knew Bo Nix would actually be good. I did not underestimate him. I knew he'd be good. I said, you know what, this guy's an underdog, and I think he's going to be arguably not tied with Jaden Daniels, but he'll prove why he's a franchise quarterback, and he clearly did. And so we won with an overtime. That was the best game of the year.
Yeah, no, I remember sitting and watching it. That was like, wow.
I could have gone to that game. My Amber's parents invited me, but they went with another person.
Yeah.
But I was that close. But I watched it with my parents, and I was crying. I was like, what is going on?
I know, it was like up and down,
that
up
was
and down,
the
up
time
and
where
down.
the defense was did some impressive stuff.
Yeah.
And also the worst. Because Bo Nix just did hit 2 almost Hail Marys, and they both caught him.
Yeah.
Stupid game. I think we'll still win it, though.
Yeah.
And now here's another one. The Lions come here.
Oh, man.
After the division loss to the Commanders last year, they definitely were like, Aiden Hutchinson is coming back.
Yeah.
Their offense is the same. They lost some people in the secondary, and they did lose both coordinators.
Yeah.
That doesn't give me an excuse why they won't be bad. I think they'll still be good, and that's a game where we either lose by 3 or we win by 3. Then we go to Lambeau Stadium, face the Packers. I think we'll still be fine.
Yeah.
Steelers come home, and now here's the night stretch that I think we'll win all 4 of these.
Yeah.
Steelers home, Jets home, and Bears home. I think we'll win every single one. I think Steelers are going to be a mishap. I think they'll still recover.
Yeah.
I think Jets with their they have Fields, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Buckeye. Okay. They have their new coach. I think they'll be a decent team. I think that Dolphins will be the worst record team in the AFC.
Oh, probably.
I think the Jets and New England are going to face off for who's second place, if not 7th seed in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I think the Bears might impress us too, because again, we face the Jets and the Bears. Both have their new coordinators that are from the Lions. One's the defense, one's the offense. Both the Jets are a defensive team, and the Bears are an offensive team.
Yeah.
They both respectfully got their both coordinators, but as their head coaches. I think that the closest game will be that Bears, because they have the Jets or Bears will be either a little closer than normal.
Yeah.
Right after the Bears, we have a bye, week 10, which is a perfect spot.
Yeah.
The last time we had week 10, we went to the Super Bowl.
Mm.
And now here's one when we might lose. Steelers at Steelers.
Oh yeah.
So it's like we can win it. We beat the Steelers at the Steelers last week when they were fighting for at least not the if they won the week prior, they would or whatever. But they were fighting to lose the Bengals not in the playoffs. So they were like, oh, we want them, and we beat them with a shitty defense. And then New England comes home, or we face them at home, and I think that again it might be similar to the Bears or Jets, where they're like, okay, new coach, but quarterback's got a lot more weapons now.
Yeah,
they'll put something up. Now, here's one that I'm pissed about. 4th straight year, primetime in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And this is on Thanksgiving night.
Oh.
This is the prime time of prime times. It is football. I think football is most watched on Thanksgiving more than Christmas.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So this is the biggest game besides the Super Bowl or championships.
Yeah.
Because everyone's full. They're done eating. They're tired. Like, we're happy, we're thankful. Let's watch football.
Yeah.
Not the prep, because most people aren't watching during the prep.
No.
They're prepping for food. This is 8 o'clock football, and they're like, brr. So, I think we almost beat them when we went there.
Yeah.
They did. They got some good people on defense. I don't think offensively they didn't do it. They increased, and we still beat them.
Yeah.
Where I say, like I said, I think our defense, if they step up to the 15th or 17th best defense in the league, we will kill Baltimore.
Oh yeah.
By that
That's what I
time,
hope.
by that time after the bye, that's our third game after our bye.
Yeah.
I think we'll kick their ass. I think we'll sweep Baltimore.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have we have the exact same chances of them sweeping us like they did last year. I think,
Yeah.
but because we were that close with a shitty defense, if we have an alright defense, we'll beat them. After that, we go to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Like this is not an easy schedule. I don't know where the it's like if even divisional games, unless you're facing the Giants, like the Giants, they shit, or the AFC, both South teams where there's definitely a weak link.
Yeah.
The Browns and Steelers, they have strong points. They have good defenses.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. It's not like the Saints or Panthers where they're both kind of shit on both sides. I think we'll lose that one.
Yeah.
They finally get their revenge. And then, Baltimore comes here. I think we actually win out. Then we go to Miami, but at night, Sunday night.
Oh, yeah.
So cooler, not blazing hot.
Yep.
Arizona comes here, and then Cleveland comes here. And I think we both win that one. So at max, I think we can win all the games. But realistic max, I think we go 15-2.
Yeah.
Relative low, 10-7. But where I think we actually will go is 14-3.
Okay.
I think we'll lose either the Lions or Vikings game. I think we'll lose the Bills game.
Yeah.
And then we'll either lose one of our divisions. So either if it's the Steelers game or that Baltimore.
Yeah.
This is the first year where we don't face the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So glad, but we face Baltimore prime time in Baltimore on this day. So fuck you. Even Joe's not that happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't mean to bore everybody with how much Bengals facts this was.
Yeah, but probably went on 10 minutes for that.
But Logan needs to get his act ready, start recording, because I'm going to start work soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
I won't be always available like he always is. He's like, let's record.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. But just watch. I watch. And besides the drama that's going on with our first rounder, because he won't sign his contract.
Yeah.
But we're the actual only NFL team that does not have a guarantee training camp medical thing. So if you get injured, it's covered. We're the only team that doesn't require that.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. I think the Trey Hendrickson thing will get resolved.
I hope so.
At this point, he can leave. Yeah, he was good, and he's the reason why we stopped. But he got some garbage time sacks. We faced the Raiders. We beat their asses. But he got 2 sacks. We beat the Giants by a little, but I think the early Bengals, yada yada, they weren't motivated. After we realized how close we are to winning games and how powerful they really are, I think they're going to start out fantastic.
Yeah.
He got 3 sacks that game. So, and then there's times where he's being thrown by some good offensive players.
Yeah.
So, I don't think he's worth $30 million. I think he's worth his $25 to $28 million. I think that's perfectly fine. He can have, and he's 30. Take that into account. He's 30, 31. He ain't gonna be playing for 5 more years at that caliber. I give him 3 years. I'll give you 3 years, $28 million. I'll give you somewhat blah 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 guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only problem. I think we resolved our linebackers. That was our hugest problem. And we got 2 gems. We got Demetrius Knight from South Carolina.
Yeah.
The Gamecocks. He was MVP of the best defense. They actually ranked them their best defense.
Yeah.
He was MVP, captain, and he was there for 1 year. He came from Charlotte.
Yeah.
A low school. He door-dashed after games to feed his wife and baby to get formula. He door-dashed for his job.
Dang.
That's how hard-working he is as a character.
Yeah.
And then he goes to South Carolina, gets captain. I don't care if he's 25.
Yeah.
Okay. People played fine when they're old.
Yeah.
Not to say Trey can play still fine, but we don't need people to be playing 10 years. We need to win 5 and get a Super Bowl. I don't care. But I think our first rounder is going to sign. I think he's going to be a monster.
Yeah.
I think I'm tired of people saying we need to sign immediate Super Bowl winning caliber people when you underestimate coordination.
Yeah.
I think that's why the Eagles win every year. Yeah, they get Georgia kids, but their scheme and how they write it. I think Baltimore, same. They can draft mid people.
Yeah.
There's how they write it. Bills, same. Their coordination, how they practice.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Chase could go somewhere, and I think he'd be great, but I don't think if you had him with our offensive coordinator, he loves our offensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah.
So recognizing non-players is what I think Bengals fans and other people don't recognize.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I think Bengals. Do I think any team can win the Super Bowl next year? Yeah. Do I
Yeah,
think the
any
Bengals
team.
can? Yeah. Do I think they'll make the playoffs next year? Absolutely.
Well,
No.
yeah.
I think that this will be finally the year that we don't. I'm not gonna try to be a Cowboys and be like,
Yeah.
it's our year. No, I legitimately think that they're pissed off.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, we tasted it and we want more. We want our victories. Even if they
Yeah.
make the championship and lose, I don't care. At least you're like, you know what, we're back.
Yeah.
And they recognize us.
Yeah,
I'm tired of people saying like we're underdogs again. Because then that was the past 2 years. When we went to the Super Bowl, we were underdogs. We went 3. They estimated us at 3-14, and then we went 10-7 or 11-6.
Yeah.
Beat everybody. So, and if fucking our kicker could fucking make field goals.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
another thing why we lost the
Mhm.
Chargers game. God,
God.
Evan, most paid
Money
kicker.
Mac.
Most paid kicker didn't make shit.
I know. He was great the championship year.
Oh my God, he's like, we're gonna, or even the Super Bowl year, he's like, we're gonna go to the
That's what I meant, like the
Boom.
Super Bowl year.
Yeah, or even both. Like, he just made it. He made them.
Yeah.
Easy. Even last year, Jaguars, he made them. He
Yeah.
made them. It doesn't matter. He'll be fine. We'll just draft another one.
Yeah, let it just
cut him, get the money back.
Yeah.
Whatever, but no, I think that just sums it up. I can talk about it for hours of detail, just because I was bored over the summer, so I just had to watch these podcasts detailing these players. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm confident, because I think character and coaching beats talent any day.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't matter. I think. I mean, you can take it into. You can take that into anything. You can take that into music. Somebody based on. I mean, music's a little different because look at Dave Grohl. Mm-hmm. But if you take a nobody and like with no skill, and they'll teach it if they have a good instrument.
Yeah.
And a good teacher. Doesn't matter if you're me who picked it up. Could I be better if I went to, or me or you, if we went to private lessons? Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do I think it changes us and how we play?
No.
Well, I think a little. I think like our style.
Oh,
that's
yeah, style,
That's
yeah,
different than
but-
football. That's one thing where it's different. It's
Yeah.
your style. But when it comes to actually getting better, you're gonna get better if you take private lessons and have
Yeah.
coached. And if you have a better instrument, you're gonna sound better if you're on a $5,000 kit versus a $3,000 kit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sound better if I have a handmade $4,000 trombone versus my
Yeah.
$2,000
With valves.
Like, oh my God. Yeah. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's like you start on a good team and yeah, good character. Good character is like that's the instrument.
Yeah.
If you have a good instrument, you're great. If you
Yeah.
have great coaching, if you have a great instructor, you're gonna go far.
Wow. Totally.
I don't care if you're like you can play. You taught yourself you're a great player, but you play on a shitty instrument. Somebody who taught well and is not that great, but he has a really great instrument. He's gonna sound better.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
I think our underrated value Bengals will kick ass.
That's what I hope.
Me too.
Yeah.
I pray. Anyway, but I think that's another hour-long episode. We were gonna try to make this short, but
Yeah. But it's all right.
that's fine.
All right. I think that. I mean.
Talking about sports.
Yeah. Sports.
This is what happens when you have me and you talk about. It's either just music and sports. The
Yeah.
one thing Logan doesn't talk about enough.
Yeah.
He's not a sports guy, nor music. I mean, he's a music guy. But
Yeah.
he's not.
Just not like.
He's not our music.
Yeah.
No, he's not technical music.
All right. Well, I think that does it.
I think it does do it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the next one.
Yeah. Next one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Shibbity bop.